Welcome to Business Ethics Online for the spring semester of 2019 at Front Range Community College. My name is Craig Schrotland. You can call me Craig, and I'll be helping you navigate through this journey that we call business ethics over the next 16 weeks if you count spring break as a week in the middle. I'm looking forward to this class. I think that we can have a good time talking about some of the things that pertain to business, whether you've been in business for a while or you're just out of high school, starting college, and looking to get into business. All of us have had some type of experience in the business arena. So as a result of that, what we want to do is we want to bring those things into this class and make it an informative, make it a learning experience, make it a positive experience. And so we'll have interactions every week, and during those interactions, we can talk about things that are happening. We'll talk about things that are happening at the present time. So current events is a big thing that's important to bring into the discussions that we have in this class. And we learn from them and we go forward. In the syllabus, you'll find all the contact information that you need. Part of that contact information is my cell phone number. I do not have an office on campus. In fact, I don't really go to a campus since I live a little ways away from the closest campus. But you can get a hold of me. We can talk online. We can talk via phone. We can talk via text. I can do it all. The only thing I wish or I ask is that you do not call or text me after 9 o'clock in the evening and before 5 o'clock in the morning. All of the time is fair game. I'm not necessarily in the office. I do some outside work. I do some travel. And so as a result of that, I can be reached. I take a jetpack and my computer with me when I'm traveling. And so I always have internet access available as long as I have cell data available. So feel free to contact me. All the information you need for contacting is in the syllabus. What I'd like to do is I'd like to do a brief overview of what's going to happen in this class and where things are and how to find them. So this would be the home page of the course. And so in the home page, what we have is obviously your header and everything. So what we'll do is every week, first thing Monday morning, which for me is usually around 4:30, somewhere in there. Every Monday morning, I'll put in a new announcement for the week. In that announcement, it's going to say what chapter it is, what week it is, what we're studying that week, what chapter we're going to be looking at from the textbook that week. All of that information will be in that message. It will also then tell you everything that's due for that week. So if we have a reading journal due, what discussions are due, or how many discussions we have to do that week. It will tell you if there's a writing assignment of any kind. It will tell you if there's a quiz. It may tell you that there is no quiz. All the information you need of everything that's to do will be displayed every Monday morning early so that when you log into the class for that week, you will know exactly what's going to be happening. Access to the next week will actually be given to you on Thursday of the previous week. So if you want to get into week 3's material during week 2, you can do so starting it on Thursday night. I do that for a couple of reasons. Obviously, none of the discussions are open until Monday morning. So week 1, obviously, Tuesday morning, but usually it's Monday morning. Weeks run from Monday morning at 12:01 a.m. until Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. There's a minute where we don't have any school. So every week. So I just wanted to let you know I give you a break for a minute every week just because I'm a nice guy. So looking forward to this, let me talk about some things that are happening. So on the course materials page where you see my cursor, there you will find all the content. I don't necessarily do the calendar. You can, a lot of students do. But the content's important. And if we go to the content, what you're going to find is that, I guess I'm in week 2. I should get up here to the table of contents. So what you're going to find is that my computer is slow and I hate ads, but you're going to find the table of contents. In the table of contents, you're going to find all these things that are pertinent to the course. So you'll find the syllabus, you'll find the schedule. and the course schedule is a very specific thing. In fact, let me click on it just because I think it's important. This course schedule is much like what I'm going to do, but it gives you everything that's due. So on week 1, our first discussion is due by 11:59 p.m. on Thursday because our discussion closes on Saturday. In week 2 through 15, discussions, your initial post must be posted by Wednesday because the discussion will close on Friday. So discussions are open from Monday morning at 12:01 a.m. till Friday night at 6 p.m. That's because I'm very busy on the weekends and I don't have a lot of time. In fact, some weekends I don't even look at my computer. However, I do watch my phone in case I get emails or texts from my students, and I will respond as quickly as possible. As you can see in week 3, we have a short writing assignment that's due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, February the 10th. And so all of these things are here. When we get to spring break, I'll actually do a screencast and explain to you exactly how spring break is going to work. We do 1 week's worth of work over a 2-week period, and you can do it anytime during that 2 weeks. I don't care when. It doesn't matter which campus you go to, but I do list which campuses are taking the actual week off here in the red. So this schedule is very, very important, so you want to make sure that you're aware of everything in it. The second thing I want to point out is that we have the graded assignment checklist. The graded assignment checklist is important for you to access. I'd have you print it out. You can do whatever you want to, but it's telling you week 1, you have a due date of 1/24, and that is Thursday night. So by 11:59 p.m., you have to have an initial post in each one of these discussion threads. And we'll talk about discussions in just a minute. In week 2, your reading journal and your first post in your discussion threads is due by Thursday or Wednesday the 30th. However, your quiz is due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday the 3rd, which is the last day of the week. And then week 3 starts on Monday morning the 4th. And your first assignments are due on Wednesday and Sunday. So what you'll find is that everything is due on either Wednesday or Sunday throughout the entire course, other than week 1 because we start 1 day late. Okay? So if you keep that in mind, this will allow you to do a checklist and make sure that you don't miss anything. So it goes on to 2 pages. There's 15 weeks of class, 16 weeks total because of the 1 week of spring break. So keeping that in mind, that's there. Okay? Then if we go down here, we'll find that the guidelines for the online discussion are here. The reading journal, the guidelines are here. Your current issues of paper assignment is here. A lot of my students have no clue how to do citations. So I've done, if you use Word for writing your documents, you can actually do your citations in Word. And this is about a 12-minute screencast that I've created that shows you how to properly do citations. I'm going to challenge you and encourage you that if you don't know how to do citations, you need to. And if you don't have them done well by the time the current issues paper is due the 2nd week of April, it will affect your grade because they need to be done correctly. Here's some great sources. When I say don't use Wikipedia, don't use blogs, don't use magazines, don't use newspapers, I mean don't use those things. You may use them for, let's say, an example, using a news article as an example, say about minimum wage. However, you need to support your thought and your thought processes with things that are of a scholarly content. And so there's a lot of good information in this, as well as the online resources through the Front Range Community College online library. I strongly encourage you to use those. This is important. You'll also find it on the welcome announcement that's obviously you picked up this video from. So having said that, I want to look at a couple of things real quick here. The weekly topics. So every week what happens is I'll have a topic in here and you'll get it when it comes, and it will have a picture that relates to the news item that I put in, and it will give you everything that's due that week and a link to everything that you have to do. Okay, so here you just have, you click this, you're going to go to the discussion thread called biographies. You click this, you go to the discussion thread called gray matters. There's a reading assignment. There's a few comments. Week 2, we have the same thing. And so there's everything that you're going to need in the links. Week 3, we have the same thing. However, in week 3, we have a short writing assignment. So if we click on this page, it will take you to the actual assignment. If there's links to articles, it will be in those assignments. And so all the information you'll find there, you'll find you have a quiz due on Sunday, and you'll see that as you go all the way through every one of the weeks for 15 weeks. What I want to do is I want to go back up here because one of the most important things that we have to look at regarding this class is that we are in an online situation. Therefore, discussion threads make up half of your grade. Okay, so miss the discussion threads, don't follow the guidelines. You will have a hard time getting an A in this class. If you do the discussion threads and just follow the guidelines, let me say this. If you do your work and you do it consistently and you follow the rules and you get things in on time, even you will get an A or B. That's just the way it is. The people who don't are the people who don't want to follow the rules or who don't want to post until all of their posts on Friday. Doesn't work that way in this class. So I want to talk about online discussions because that's very, very important. Okay, so this week, class started on Tuesday, the 22nd, which is, I'm hopefully you're reading this on Tuesday. Our first post is due by 11:59 p.m. on Thursday. Okay, that's this week only. Our discussion will close completely at 6 p.m. on Saturday. After that, you can read the threads, but you cannot post threads. So keep that in mind. Weeks 2 through 15, your first post is due by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, and the discussion closes at 6 p.m. on Friday. So if you have questions, you can always call me, you can text me, you can email me, and I'll help you with that. Notice the writing in red. You must post on at least 3 different days. So if you're the guy that likes to run into your online class 2 hours before the end of the class ends and post all your posts, you've added nothing to your own ideologies. You've done nothing because some students will be completely done by then and wouldn't be able to respond to you anyway. And so as a result of that, you're not really discussing anything. You're just posting some posts and wanting a grade for it. I'll give you a grade. It'll be minimal, but you'll get a grade. If you want to get full points in discussion threads, you must post on at least 3 different days, which means you must post by the latest Wednesday. Thursday on the first week, Wednesday the rest of the weeks, and then you'd have to post Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday before 6 to get your full 3 days. I challenge you that if we're truly going to be effective in an online class, we need to post starting Monday or Tuesday, and maybe Wednesday, maybe Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but you'll want to post, okay, at least 3 days. The other thing is you have to have a minimum of 4 posts, and the initial post counts as one of those posts. Okay, there are 2 discussion threads almost every week, and those discussion threads are graded separately, which means you have a minimum of 4 posts in each thread, and you must post on at least 3 different days in each thread. Okay, so keep that in mind. You're also graded based on the number of threads that you read. Once again, you don't have to post. You can't post after Friday at 6 p.m., but you can read through the weekend, and I'll allow you to do that. So depending on the number of posts you read, this is the number of points you get, and this is how it's all explained. I hope I was clear in that. If not, it's probably clear as mud, but let me know, and I'll help you any way that I can. So I'm looking forward to a great class. Make sure you read everything in the first week or so, and if you do that and get it read in the first week, you're going to be on top of things. You'll succeed in this class. So I'm looking forward to a great semester. I hope you're looking forward to a great semester. And you'll see my ugly mug on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen periodically throughout the semester, probably more than not. And if nothing else, just look at the rest of the stuff and just avoid that. If you have mice, they'll be gone.